I read Isaiah chapter 1 for the first time sitting in a hospital waiting room. My life had just come apart, and I got to verse 3 and I couldn't breathe. The ox knows its owner. The donkey knows its master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people do not consider. That was me. That was exactly me. I grew up in the church. I knew all the right words. I could tell you every story, sing you every song. I wore the name like a coat I never took off, but underneath the coat I was doing what I wanted all along. Sunday morning, hands raised, eyes closed. Monday came and I lived like none of it was real. The offering plate went around, I put something in it. Thought that was enough to keep the ledger sealed. I had a life that looked correct from the outside, a family, a job, a reputation held in place. But there were rooms inside that I had locked for years, rooms I wouldn't let the light come anywhere near. And Isaiah said, God said, your hands are full of blood. Your incense is an insult. Your new moons and your feasts, I cannot bear them anymore. I read that and I thought, he's not talking about Israel. He's talking about the man who sits in row 4 every week and goes home unchanged. Come, let us reason together. That's what he said. Not come and be condemned. Come, let us reason together. Though your sins are scarlet, they can be white as snow again. He didn't say perform your way back to me. He didn't say be better, try harder, pay the debt. He said, come, just come, and let me show you something that no amount of Sunday morning could have given you yet. The year everything collapsed, I stopped pretending, lost the thing I'd built my identity inside. And for the first time in a long time, I was empty, no coat to wear, no reputation left to hide. I remember sitting on the kitchen floor at 2 a.m. Nothing left to manage, nothing left to spin, and something broke in me that needed breaking. And I said the truest prayer I'd ever said, I give in. Not a beautiful prayer, not the kind they print in books, just a broken man who'd run completely out of road. And that was when I felt it, not a feeling, something realer, like a hand that reached down into where I never let him go. And Isaiah said, God said, wash yourselves, make yourselves clean, remove the evil of your doings, learn to do good, seek justice, defend the fatherless. And I understood for the first time that religion was never what he wanted. He wanted me, the actual me, the one on the kitchen floor. Come, let us reason together. That's what he said. Not come and be condemned. Oh, come, let us reason together. Though your sins are scarlet, they can be white as snow again. He didn't say perform your way back to me. He didn't say be better, try harder, pay the debt. He said, come, just come and let me show you something that no amount of Sunday morning could have given you yet. I want to tell you what it felt like when the scarlet started lifting from my chest. Not all at once, it's not like that in real life, but morning after morning, less and less. The rooms I'd locked, I started opening them slowly, not because I was brave, but because he kept knocking. And every room I thought would make him leave me, he walked into and stayed and started talking. I'm not the same man who sat in row 4. I still fail, I still stumble on the road, but there's a difference now between the stumbling and the years of building locks on every door. The ox knows its owner, I know that now. The donkey knows where home is, so do I. I was the one described in verse 3, but verse 18 is where I learned to live. I think about the people still in the locked rooms, still performing, still managing, still afraid, still bringing God the leftover, the going through the motions, still wondering why the emptiness won't fade. I don't say this from a height, I say it from the kitchen floor, from the man who spent 2 decades with a coat on. The invitation in this chapter broke me open, and the breaking was the kindest thing I'd known. Come, let us reason. That's not a threat, that's a father stepping into the mess he sees. Not to rub your face in everything you've wasted, but to show you what he's always meant for you to be. Come, let us reason together, that's what he said. Not come and be condemned. Oh, come, let us reason together. Though your sins are scarlet, they can be white as snow again. I have seen it with my own eyes, I have lived it in my own bones. What was locked is open, what was scarlet has gone pale. He didn't want my Sundays, he wanted all the weekdays. He didn't want the goat, he wanted me without fail. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as the snow. I used to read that as poetry, now I read it as autobiography. It happened. It happened to me. I grew up in the church, I knew all the right words. I could tell you every story, sing you every song. I wore the name like a coat and never took off, but underneath the coat I was doing what